NBA 2K23 has been out for around 3 weeks now, and today I want to give you all expert, in-depth details of what badges I would use across multiple different playstyles. As you all see, I've got 458 part games played, 65 rec games. I've been playing the game a lot since it came out. As most of you guys know, I have 7 builds already on this game, multiple different playstyles, and I'm going to show you which badges I use per playstyle pretty much. So for example, my build that has a 92 3-pointer, 98 ball handle, I'm going to be able to show you which badges I would use on shooting and playmaking. Then when I go to my pure lockdown, I'm going to show you which ones I would use if I had 30 defensive badges, you know, stuff like that. So drop a like, let's get into the video. All right, so the first build is going to be my shot creator. This build is a shooting and playmaking build. It has very little finishing. Anyway, if you're a guard, the first badge I would put on for shooting, if you can, is amped. It reduces the penalty that fatigue has on a player and their ability to make shots. So as you all know, stamina is very low this year. You need this amped badge. I use it on Hall of Fame. Now that does not mean that I would go straight to Hall of Fame. The next badge I would use is green machine. So amped and then green machine, because as you all know, you have to green your shots usually this year for it to go in. Very little whites go in on 2K23, so you need that additional shot boost when consecutively achieving excellent releases on jump shots. Then as you see, I use guard up on Hall of Fame, but this badge right here is very questionable whether you should use it or not, depending on how many shooting badges you have and the play style that you also play with. So 2K Labs tested out this badge right here. They are an amazing, reputable badge testing. They do all types of things on 2K, testing out badges and stuff. You know, what's the percent of, oh, now I have green machine on Hall of Fame, what's it going to make me green more than bronze? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to help me green more? All that type of stuff. So guard up is only for yellow and red contested shots with no hand up. You have to remember that. Yellow and red contested shots. So you might not use this badge. You might only pretty much shoot when you're open, and also when it is a yellow contest over, like, I don't know, 10% I think is yellow, something like that. Is it a shot that you're normally hitting anyway, or would you hit it with guard up? You see what I'm saying? Now, you guys might have seen my video on Agent 3s. This badge right here is extremely important. It improves the ability to make pull up or spin shots from the 3-point range, but that is not at all what it is. It lets you do so many things. It's like 4 badges in one. If you haven't seen my video on it, where I literally just explained the entire Agent 3's badge, I would recommend going to check it out after this video. It is, you have to have this. You have to have Agent 3s. Now, at the moment, I'm not using blinders or Deadeye because I've heard a lot of people say it just does not work that good on the game. Now, I personally have not been able to test it yet. Once I'm able to get Agent 3's cord, I will be using them and trying them out, but limitless range is a very important badge. It extends the range from which a player can shoot 3-pointers consecutively from deep. So if you're shooting from deep, limitless range might be the badge for you, but I want to go ahead and tell you that limitless range only helps you shoot from deep in this game. In previous 2Ks, some of the 2Ks, you needed to have limitless range on to shoot from deep. You see what I'm saying? So you can shoot from half court and green shots on this game with no limitless range, but the higher you go up on your limitless range, the more it's going to help you hit those shots from deep. Do you see what I'm saying? It's very, you know, kind of hard to understand at first, but it's just different in every single 2K. So I'm not actually using limitless range at all right now. What I would recommend if you want to use limitless range, yeah, you can put it on, but I would just use the limitless range takeover so that when you have takeover, you can shoot from wherever you want to without having to use the badge. Now, if you're a spot up shooter, or even if you're not a spot up shooter, if you can afford Claymore, I would at least put it on bronze. But especially if you are any type of spot up shooter, Claymore is a must needed badge. It is the first badge I would put on if I'm any type of spot up because it works in 1 second. That's why I said even if you're not a spot up, you should have it on. Say you're dribbling around, then you pass it to your teammate, you stand still for a second, 1 second, it activates, and it only maxes out at 4 seconds, the boost that it gives you. So at 1 second, it gives you a nice little boost, and then at 4 seconds, it maxes out. So if you're sitting still for 4 seconds, you've got the complete power of Claymore on the badge. It's going to give you a big boost to your shot when you catch it and shoot it. If I was a spot up, I would try to get amped at least on bronze or silver because you're not always going to be sitting there spotting up, right? But what I would also do is to make sure you have on catch and shoot or corner specialist, depending on where you're playing. But catch and shoot is huge because you're obviously always not going to be in the corner as well. So I would have on catch and shoot over corner specialist first. But if you know you're in tier 1, how it's cheaper, you have to put on corner specialist first and you sit corner a lot. Boom, have on corner specialist. Now the reason why I have on corner specialist, by the way, is so I can do my fades in the corner and just really consistently hit those shots, get a nice boost to my shot in the corner, especially with guard up and Agent 3s. It's a really nice combo. Now I will say Space Creator with the Steph Curry hop jumper is very, very good. You guys might have seen my teammate Magic using it in some of my gameplays. It's extremely good. Space Creator gives you those ankle breakers as well. If you want to use Space Creator, I would. If you fade mid ranges, use Mini Magician. But I'm just telling you what I use at the moment as a primary ball handler, and it is these badges right here. If you're down a lot, you could even use Comeback Kid, throw on some Clutch Shooter on bronze, you know, whatever it is. But I actually do not use Volume Shooter because you have to shoot a lot for it to work. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like a 90 to 60 second window that you have to be shooting a lot. And I don't know. I don't think it's a badge for me. I like to have my team involved, especially in 2K23 when I can. So I just would rather have badges on that always work versus can sometimes work. All right, into the playmaking. I think that's enough for the shooting. Let me know, guys, by the way, in the comment section down below if you need help with some sort of setup, and I'll try to help you guys out as much as I can. I'm trying to do every playstyle pretty much to like fully explain it for everyone, but if you still need help, let me know in the comment section down below. So right now, as you see, obviously not everyone's going to have even close to 35 playmaking badges, right? But I told you guys this build was made to be a super dribbler. It kind of came out to be kind of like a playmaking shot creator, but hey, I made it so I could dribble a lot. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have a build that's fun and I can dribble with and just, you know, have some fun and not really care about winning. So I get mismatch expert, Hall of Fame, and all that type of stuff. But what I would use if your teammates can't shoot, of course, is Dimer. If you're able to afford Dimer and your teammates are not very good, then put on Dimer. It's just going to help you and your team win the game easier. You see what I'm saying? So even right now, like my team is, you know, I play with pretty decent people. I use gold, Dimer, or silver usually. Not all the time, but I like to have my teammates making their shots. You know what I'm saying? I want to make their life easier and my life easier as well. Needle Threader. Now this badge right here, in previous years, it pops up on bounce passes only. This year, it pops up a lot. I just want to make sure I have it on. I think Needle Threader is very good this year. I don't know for sure 100% if it works. I really would like to wait for 2K Labs to make a video on that just to see, but I'm using Needle Threader because I think it's really important. If you're a center and you're playing rec, threes, pro-am, make sure you have on Break Starter. Break Starter is extremely important. This is going to help you grab the rebound and throw it all the way down the court and kind of have it accurate. Like if you have it on gold, they're going to be pretty accurate. Silver, a little bit. Bronze, it's just going to help you get down the court without getting turnovers. Like it's an important badge. Anyway, Ankle Breaker. Now, I haven't tried Ankle Breaker a lot this year. Of course, you're going to get ankle breakers, right? But in my opinion on playmaking every year pretty much is the exact same. Like there's so many badges. Look, I got 35 and I still feel like I don't have enough badges in the playmaking category. Like it's really that crazy. But what I would do is make sure, guys, now I know I'm kind of hypocritical right now because I don't have on Vice Grip, but it increases a player's ability to secure the ball against steal attempts after obtaining possession from a rebound, catch, or loose ball. So a lot of people this year are complaining about getting ripped a lot, and there's a lot of situations where they get ripped in these type of situations. Now, if you're a spot up, this is a playmaking badge that's going to help you for shooting as well, and I'm going to be using Vice Grip on this build at the, you know, it just depends, right? But I like to use Vice Grip on almost all of my builds. Just right now I'm using Gold Dimer because I'm playing Rec, but Vice Grip is literally glue hands from last year. If you remember that badge, if you played 2K22, it literally says right there, from a rebound and catch. So you need this badge on, especially if you're a spot up. But I would use Vice Grip, man. It's going to help you get ripped less, and it's kind of like a hidden unpluckable. And so is Clamp Breaker. It improves a player's ability to fight off contact, protect the ball, and drive by opponents. So there's like 3 different unpluckables on 2K23. So if you're able to afford it, man, think about it. Now, Hyperdrive is an important badge. This is going to increase your speed when you're moving forward up the court. So you might not need to have Hyperdrive super high, because Quick First Step Hall of Fame is going to give you a lot of speed. Hyperdrive is going to give you a little bit more. But like, are you really running up a lot, or are you going side to side? It depends on your play style. But Bailout is extremely important. I think the sweet spot this year is silver. I've used it on bronze and I just get a lot of turnovers. You know, I do sometimes with Bailout, but like with on silver, but silver I think is the best spot to have it this year. In previous years, you could only use it on bronze sometimes and it would be perfect. There was no reason to even touch silver, gold, but I think you really need it on silver this year if you can. Quick First Step, this is very obvious. If you're any type of guard, whatever it is, I would use Quick First Step. That's the first thing I would do, or Unpluckable. Now, that's really up to you, but these are the first 2 badges I would touch. Quick First Step is going to help you move faster. Unpluckable is going to help you get ripped less. Now, I don't know about current gen, because I've heard a lot about current gen, how the steals are crazy on there. Now, they're kind of, lockdowns do what they're supposed to do on this game. They have a 99 steal. They have Hall of Fame glove. They're supposed to get steals, but I use it on Hall of Fame just so I can get ripped less. I've played lots of rec games, as you guys seen. I played some sweaty lineups last night because people are trying to hit legend. That's why I'm playing rec, because it's one of the challenges to hit legend. You have to get 100 rec wins this season, and there's some sweats in there. People trying to hit legend. I've played pure locks multiple times. The most turnovers I've had in a game, and these aren't just obviously all on ball steals, is 4 turnovers. If you're smart with the ball, you're not going to get ripped as much as people are saying. Now, of course, in super competitive Pro-Am 2K League, you're playing some of the best locks in the entire planet. They reach perfectly on time. They know all the, when to reach and not, all that type of stuff. You're going to get ripped a little bit more, probably. But you're not playing super competitive 2K League Pro-Am, are you, right? Anyway, I would put Unpluckable up as high as you possibly can. Now, the next one is handles for days. I use this badge, of course. A player takes less of an energy hit when performing consecutive dribble moves. This is extremely important. Stamina is already super low this year. Max it out as high as you can. Now, I'm using Mismatch Expert on Hall of Fame right now, and I just don't know if it's worth it. I've used killer combos on Hall. I don't know which one to use yet, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to try out Clamp Breaker more, killer combos. I don't know which one. I think killer combos is the best right now. I'll go ahead and tell you, I don't want to say it without, 100%, but killer combos seems to have tight handles in it and all that type of stuff. So I would use killer combos over Mismatch Expert at the moment. Again, the game has only been out for 3 weeks. Even though I've played it a lot, I cannot give you a 100% on these badges yet, but I would use killer combos. All right, now I'm on my big boy, two-way interior finisher. Now, as you see, if you guys haven't, it has a 99 driving dunk, 74-3, little ball handle, and pretty good steal with a 95 strength that turns into 99 with the gym rat. So this is what I'm using in the finishing category. I haven't touched this build since I hit 39, but you already know where we're going with this, baby. We're putting on more finishing, and maybe I can use, no, I can't use, okay, we'll put that on another time, probably just throw it on Acrobat for right now, but this is what I'm using. So the reason why I also want to show you my different builds and stuff is so you can see exactly what I'm using at the moment, and I'm going to give you opinions on what I think you should use, all that type of stuff. So go with your play style. I'm just giving you tips and all that, but change some things around to your play style as well. Anyway, Acrobat, spins, hops, all that stuff are very good this year. I haven't really got into it a lot, but they're good. Okay, so if you can afford Acrobat, you can, but this is not what I would put on first, before anything. Giant Slayer, huge. This is going to boost the shot percentage for a layup attempt when a mismatch against a taller defender. So if you go up against a center, you're going to get a boost to that layup. If they bump you, if they're close to you, you're going to get a boost to like just making your shot a better percentage. You see what I'm saying? Now, Pro Touch, as you guys have seen if you've been watching, man, I really suggest that you go watch my other videos if this is your first time watching, man. I've posted a lot of gameplay that you can like really get a lot of tips from just watching the gameplay. Pro Touch is huge. I mean, at the moment, it's broken. Like, very, very broken. This is a badge that I will say is broken. I've greened many layups that are 50% contested, 60%. And what you have to do is, I'll show you right here, is you have to go over to your controller settings and put on your shot meters. Now I have to change it depending on which build I'm playing on, so that's why I don't have it on right now. But put it on pro stick only, and your shot timing, you can do layups only, or you can do shots and layups, but you can do this right here, pro stick only and layups. So when you go down to take a layup, you hold down on the right stick or up on the right stick, whatever it is that you want to do with your layup, and it'll give you a meter on the shot, which will help you with Pro Touch. So it's going to help you with Pro Touch, which gives an extra shot boost for having slightly early, slightly late, or excellent timing releases on your layups. So if you're able to time those layups, it makes layups really, really glitchy on this game. Now, I've also tried this with Fearless Finisher Bronze, because at the moment, as you see, I don't have it cored at gold, but I tried this at bronze with Pro Touch instead of gold, and I was not making nearly as much. So you're gonna have to combine these together really if you want to be super glitchy with the layups, if you have a high layup. So I mean, it's really up to you, but the first badge I would do in the first category is probably Giant Slayer, and then touch Fearless Finisher. So Giant Slayer, Fearless Finisher, then Pro Touch. You see what I'm saying? Have on this, which gives you the absorb contact and still finish type of thing. Now in tier 3, we'll talk about Fast Twitch and Masher and Rise Up when I get on my 7-footer. But at the moment, Bully super amazing badge. This badge is super good. If you figure out how to use it, very good. But the first thing I would put on, as you see, I still have on the Hall of Fame posterizer because it's really annoying, guys. I would already have limitless takeoff cord, but it just doesn't move. It just does not move. You have to have it on gold. Now, 2K Labs did a test on limitless takeoff, and it only pops up. Doesn't mean it's not working. Pops up like 3-4% of the time on your limitless takeoff dunks. But I promise you, I've made multiple build videos now and multiple builds that I put my own money on and grinded with my own time. Limitless takeoff silver is the sweet spot on 2K23, just like it was on 2K22, because you only have to go to an 80 driving dunk to get quick drops off one, then silver limitless takeoff, and you're gonna get the same glitchy dunk over and over up on the right stick. With turbo, you're gonna get really good dunks. Now, you can sometimes get that dunk that I'm talking about without it. It does happen very rarely, and you're obviously still going to be able to get quick drops off one without limitless takeoff. But what it does is it buffs the dunk package. It makes some of your dunk packages better, and it makes obviously the quick drops off one better. So the first thing I would touch in this category is silver limitless takeoff and have quick drops off one. That's the only dunk package you even need. Now, of course, if you have contact dunks, and because I have a 99 driving dunk, so I'm gonna have my elite contacts and all that, put those into your dunk package. But silver limitless take, first thing I would touch. Next thing I would touch is really up to you. Now look, Slithery is what I would use if you're a smaller guard with low strength. I would not use Slithery if you're a build like me that has a 99 strength. Then I would use Bully. See what I'm saying? So it's really up to you. Once I'm able to core Posterizer or Bully Hall of Fame, then I'm going to be able to use, I think it's, I have to move some badges around, but I'll be able to use Hall of Fame Bully, Hall of Fame Posterizer, and Silver Limitless Takeoff at the same time. It's going to be nasty. So Slithery is what I would recommend is if you don't have high strength. If you have high strength, use Bully. But first one I would touch is Silver Limitless Takeoff. Now, Posterizer is very good if you guys have seen my videos, but you obviously still have to be able to time the dunks. It's going to help you. You're going to get dunks without timing them, all that sometimes, but Posterizer Hall of Fame, Posterizer being able to use the dunk meter and get way more dunks than you're supposed to is super good. But that is really up to a skill type, type of thing. So if you guys can't really time it in the park and all that, I wouldn't use it. Now, on to shooting. As you guys see, I'm just going to touch over this quick because, we already talked about shooting. But this is what I use on a build that has 13 shooting. As a spot up, I use silver catch and shoot, bronze corner, silver green machine, bronze clutch shooter, bronze amped. You have to have amped on, like I said, catch and shoot, all that type of stuff. Into the playmaking, this is a low playmaking build. Silver hyperdrive at the moment, bronze quick step, unpluckable, I can only get it on bronze, bailout on bronze, needle threader, I can get it up to silver. I would probably move floor general down and move it up to that, something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but this is pretty much it right here. I can't really use handles for days. I can't use any of these badges, but that's not what the build is made to do. Into the defense, you see we have 18, so we're still able to do a little bit. I've got gold clamps on, gold menace. Now, once I'm able to get clamps, cord, then I'm gonna obviously move into challenger or interceptor, but that's a long time from now because it takes a minute to core those badges. So what I'm using right now is silver ankle braces, silver box out B, so I can get some rebounds, rebound chaser. This is pretty much it. Workhorse is an important badge, which we'll talk about a lot more once I get into the defense. All right, now we are on my pure lockdown build. I just posted it yesterday. I'm smiling as I'm talking because, like I said yesterday, this is my favorite build to use right now on 2K23. I love this build. I really enjoy playing defense. I like clamping people up. I like stealing the ball, all that type of stuff, especially on a game where people say, oh, there's no interior defense, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, there's defense on this game if you put on defense. Anyway, the build, as you see, if you haven't been able to see it yet, 95 overall right now, 80 driving dunk. Like I said, 80 driving dunk to get silver quick drops, silver limitless takeoff, so you can get the quick drops off one. I want to have that on every build that I can, pretty much. 83 pointer, right enough to get LaMelo jump shot base. I love LaMelo, just so you guys know, in case you're asking what jump shot to use for an 83. 75 pass accuracy. This is to get the LeBron passing style. If you're able to get 75 but you don't have 80, I highly recommend you use LeBron passing style. But anyway, 99 steal, 95 perimeter D. You already know what we're talking about. But of course, I'm going to show you in every single build what I'm using on certain builds, per category. But the ones that aren't very important, like obviously, finishing and shooting isn't very important in playmaking on this build. So we're just going to quickly go over it. This is what I'm using right now at the moment into shooting, this is what I'm using right now. I told you guys, I'm a man of my word. If you go back to the shooting when I'm talking about the spot ups, this is what I'm using as a spot up. You know what I'm saying? Playmaking, this is what I'm using at the moment. Once again, you're gonna see I need that vice grip. You could have a use for vice grip on almost every build in the game. Very few people are gonna tell you that because they don't read. They don't actually pay attention. They're not caring about that. They're just boom, giving you this and that, and then you go on with your day. And you know what I'm saying? This is an expert. I've looked at every badge, bro. Every badge. Now, of course, things can change. 2K Labs can do tests on badges, and then they figure out, oh, bronze and silver is pretty much the exact same thing. I'll have to go back and make another video, in a few months. But right now, from all the games I played, vice grip, huge. Anyway, defensive badges. We have 37. 37, yes. Now, if you watched my build video yesterday, you're like, whoa, badge, you had 32. Yes, I did have 32. I put my +4 into defense, like I said, if you actually watched the video. And then I just recently hit level 39 and 40. So I got my +1 badge and put that into defense as well. This is a pure lockdown build. That's what it was made to do, is lock people down. And be an all-around god. Like, I can literally play center. Even though I'm 6'7", I've got gold box out beast. I've got silver rebound chaser. Now, of course, if a 7'2" pulls up with a Hall of Fame rebound chaser and he's sitting in the paint, it's not going to be good. I'm not using this build as a center in the rec, right? In Pro-Am, stuff like that. Silver post move lockdown right now, just in case like a post score pulls up. I went on a 39 game win streak the other day. Like I said, if you watched my video, I hopped off a 35 with this build, lost on a 39, hopped off of 220 win streaks. Post lockdown, I just have it on just in case locks pull up. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is multiple 7-footers, 7'2", 7'3" pulled up. None of them beat us. Now, one of them was able to get post scoring takeover. It was nasty. Even with my high strength and all these badges, it was still hard to to guard it. But they still didn't win, and that's only because we gave them the ball like 4 or 5 times. But what I'm trying to say is I was still clamping up locks. So anyway, workhorse, very important. This is what I would use on almost any single build in the game that you can afford. It increases a player's speed and ability to get loose balls over the opponent. So steals, rebounds, because rebounds don't just go straight to you this year. So many instances that workhorse is going to help you out. I would at least have it on bronze. Now, I've got 37 defensive badges. We're 5 away. I still have to core glove or whatever it is. I'm going to have a lot more badge points after that. I have 8 free from just coring this. Then we've got 5 more, so that's 13 more. Workhorse is going to go up higher. Trust me. It's going to go up higher. Box out beast, if you're playing in any type of situation like I am, where I want to be an all-around type of build, lockdown, I can play lock, I can play center, I can still get boards, whatever. Box out beast is huge. If you're any type of center, but we'll talk about that as as we get into it. Anchor, this is the must needed badge. If you have anchor, you better be using anchor. It increases the player's ability to block shots and protect the rim at a high level. This is rim protector. You need anchor. The reason why I went 6'7" on my lock instead of 6'6" is so that I could get silver anchor. Now, the reason I didn't go 6'8" is because you can only get gold glove, but you do get gold anchor. So it was kind of like in the middle, and 6'6" and 6'7", 6'8", that's in the middle. So chase down artist is on gold. Although I'm going to tell you guys, if you don't have on a high block, like I have gold chase down and silver anchor, and I'm not getting a lot of chase downs. Chase downs is not a good, it's good, but you're not going to get a lot of chase downs. Make sure you hold Y, by the way, instead of double tapping it or tapping it. Make sure you hold Y this year to get chase downs. But what I'm trying to say is, if you have it on bronze and you have anchor on bronze, and maybe you have chase down on silver and anchor on bronze, do not be expecting to get a lot of chase downs and blocks this year, please. That's the reason why the badges need such high attributes, because every attribute matters this year. So you can't really complain that chase downs is broken and paint defense is broken if you don't have high defense. Now, I'll tell you, like I just said, I don't get every chase down in the world. I do, though, get a lot of great animations in the paint playing defense with this build, because obviously, it's got like 90 in every single attribute for defense. So it matters. It really matters a lot this year is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people are saying, oh, paint defense, it's broken. And is your attributes really high? Are you jumping at the right time? Are you bumping your defender before they get to the rim? Are they having a clear takeoff? All that type of stuff. Everything matters. Every factor matters. You need to stop blaming the game and blame yourself in a lot of situations. Although some of them are really annoying, where it's like, bro, how did I not get that block? But anyway, menace, extremely important badge. While guarding and staying in front of an opponent, their attributes will drop if good defense is being played. While you're in front of your opponent, it's going to drop their attributes. Huge. Why? Because Hall of Fame glove is, the biggest thing for me. So when I'm standing in front of them and we've got, a little bump fest going on, it lowers their ball handle, lowers their stats. Then that's when Hall of Fame glove comes in and I just swipe that ball right away. A lot of people think that steals are broken in this game. I gave my opinion on steals for next gen. I don't know about current gen. I have not played the game. I've heard current gen is really bad, but next gen, I don't think steals are overpowered and broken. I have a 99 steal. I have gold, usually Hall of Fame menace, but I obviously will move up to Hall of Fame menace. I have Hall of Fame menace. So when I'm standing in front of you, your ball handle drops a lot. Then I use my Hall of Fame glove with my 99 steal and steal boost on when I use steal boost. Yeah, I'm going to be ripping the ball, especially when your unpluckable isn't gold or Hall of Fame. I'm going to be taking that thing all day. That's how the game should be. That's what I made this build to do, is play defense. Anyway, rebound chaser. Obviously, if you're any type of center, or you're like me where I'm trying to be like an all-around type of lock where I can still box out and get boards and stuff, rebound chaser is huge. Now, the first badge I would put on in any of these categories, as you see right now, I'm not using ankle braces because people aren't really getting ankles at the moment, but I think later on in the year, you will need to use ankle braces. First one later on in the year would probably be ankle braces. The next one, if you're a center, you want to use box out beast. Now, pick dodger, I don't use because I play with a team. When I play with my team, we play sides, on screens, we play all that type of stuff. So I don't use pick dodger because I'm simply relying on my team to switch and all that. But still, I will fight through screens a lot without pick dodger. Once I get more badges, I might use it on bronze or silver, but at the moment, I'm not using it. Now, so like, for example, if I'm going to play 3s instead of 2s, I'll take off post lock, put on silver pick dodger. But right now, because I have my badges set up to play 2s, I have on post lockdown just in case huge giant post scorers pull up. So ankle braces, pick dodger in your first category. Now, pogo stick, I haven't really got to use a lot this year. I don't think it's really going to work that good. It could, but paint defense really this year is good. If you have high defense, you're probably not going to need pogo stick. Hands up, wall up, jump when they go up, all that type of stuff. I haven't had a need to use it at the moment. Anyway, silver anchor, like I said, if this is tier 2, tier 3, I would put this on before a lot of badges. A lot of badges. Chase down. This one's rough, man. It depends on your skill level, your attributes, all that type of stuff. I would not personally touch chase down unless you can get it silver or gold. I'm sorry. If you have it on bronze only, I wouldn't even use it, bro. I wouldn't even use it, bro, because that means you probably have a low block. I would not be expecting to get a lot of blocks. You see what I'm saying? Glove, this badge is godly. It's amazing. Probably the best defensive badge in the entire game. Maybe one of the best, if not the best badge in the entire game right now. It helps you steal. Helps you steal the ball from people. Now, once I'm able to get this cord, I'm probably going to use gold clamps or move up to Hall of Fame Challenger. Interceptor at the moment, I really just don't need it. I get a lot of steals. Yes, I do drop some in lanes. It's kind of annoying, but, because I still have a 99 steal. I should still be stealing the ball. But interceptor I'll be using at some point probably. Like I said, I'm going to be getting 8 more badges soon. Then I have 5 more on top of that that's coming. So I would use clamps. As you see, I'm a pure lock. I'm not even using clamps at the moment though, right? So glove first, clamp second. Unless you're really still struggling with defense, then I would go clamps. Now, Challenger improves the effectiveness of well-timed contests against perimeter shooters. This is a badge I'm pretty sure you're going to need later on in the year. Once people have got all their badges and their core badges and they really figure out the game, you're probably going to need this badge later on in the year. At the moment, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use glove and clamps and then maybe Challenger. But I'd probably go interceptor first over Challenger at the moment just because I really believe in my own defense. I don't need the badge to help me play defense on perimeter shots because I'm already clamping people. All right, now we're on my 7-foot paint protector. And of course, once again, we're going to just quickly scroll through the badges that I would use, even though this isn't important categories because I only have 11 finishing. If you are an inside center, rise up is huge. Fast twitch is huge. These are the important badges right here. I mean, very, very important because you're going to be able to dunk on people and you're also going to go up with layups very fast. Now, I'm not even really going to explain these categories. You see silver limitless take once again so I can get quick drops. Very good badge. You need silver limitless take, I would say, on almost every build. Almost every build. Anyway, shooting. This is a spot up type of build, kind of pick and pop type of build. This is what I'm using at the moment because I am usually moving more than I am having a set shot, so I'm using silver amp. So really up to you guys. Green machine, we've only got 10 in this category at the moment. Playmaking, this is what I use. Break starter on silver. If I could have got it on gold, I would definitely use it on gold, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. It's not a big deal, but bailout is on bronze. Bailout is a huge badge. I would not touch any of these. If you're a footer, 7-footer, that's the slang for it, by the way. Dimer, of course you can touch that. Needle threader, but at the moment I've got 7 out of 7. Anyway, into the defense as a 7-foot tall build. We have Hall of Fame anchored. We have Hall of Fame chase down, Hall of Fame box out beast. I love this build for defense. That's another reason why I said if you're complaining about interior defense, maybe you just don't have high enough defense, and also maybe you're not jumping at the right times. Record the clips. See if you're doing anything wrong. Blame yourself before you blame the game. There is definitely some instances, trust me, where it's like, damn, I definitely should have blocked that. That was a bad take, whatever. But now that I've got Hall of Fame anchor on a build with 99 block, yeah, defense is pretty good in the paint, depending on your skill and stuff like that. Now, I've got 2 more badges to get. That's going to go on Hall of Fame rebound chaser, of course, when I can do that. Now, when I can core one of these 2 badges Hall of Fame, then I might touch brick wall, maybe. Then I might touch post lockdown, but this is what I'm using at the moment. Now, I'm using bronze challenger due to the fact that I've just got some extra badges at the moment. One, and just because I'm 7 foot tall, I'm a little bit slow. If I do happen to get switched on a guard, usually that's because they're trying to take advantage and go by me anyway, so it's not a big deal. But in case they do like a step back and I'm trying to recover because the build's a little bit slower, I'm using bronze challenger. So I'm probably going to keep bronze challenger on. I might move up to bronze glove as well, but workhorse, as you see on almost all my builds, I'm using workhorse. So very, very important badge. At the moment, I'm not using brick wall. This is probably what I'll use, but like, bro, I got high strength, and I know not everyone has their badges yet, but I'm really setting some nice screens with no brick wall. Anyway, yeah, when you have high strength Hall of Fame brick wall, it's going to be disgusting. So that's what I'm going to use on that. So guys, that's pretty much it. I really don't think there's anything else to explain. I've tried to show you multiple different play styles. I've even showed you the badges on every build that I'm using, even on the non-important ones. But that's it, guys. Please drop a like. My voice is destroyed now, so please drop a like. I just talked for 40 minutes straight. It's probably going to come out to like 20-25 minutes, but hit that subscribe button if you're new. Let me know what you need to see next. What do you need to see? And I might make an updated version of this later on in the year, depending on when 2K Labs does their test. If they figure out that some of the badges I'm using aren't needed, like if I don't need Hall of Fame Pro Touch, I could use gold, stuff like that, and we'll kind of change it up a little bit. But this is pretty much solid, bro. I played on many different play styles, many different builds, and this is what I'm using at the moment, and I'm out. Peace.